Yo, save the content. I will save my progress up until this point. We're killing it. That was like an hour-long investigation. All right, day 2 trial. Here we go. This is the hard part words. I can't talk. Karma. That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. I have heard of this guy before. I know it's a popular name. I also think he's typically seen as like a bad dude. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Literally the only thing I know about von Karma is I know his name and I know he's considered a villain because there's a custom of him in Disney Villainous. I've never played the Disney Villainous custom, but I know that it exists because one of my friends made it. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you got the little G right. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Huh. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh. So is he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia. Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Aw, man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. The day after Christmas. Let's do this. What the heck? What does Von Karma look like? I've never actually seen Von Karma. I've only ever heard his name, but he looked pretty wild in that wide shot. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, dude, this guy, yeah, he has like the same drip as Edgeworth too. They both got that fancy ascot. This guy looks like a Scooby-Doo villain. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Are there no other judges in this universe? Decisive evidence? A decisive witness? What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Yo, my boy. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. That is not the very middle of the lake. That is way off to the side of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here at the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. 2 shots? 2 shots? Did we know that there were 2 shots? Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added, thank you. Testify to the court about the arrest now. Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes, his eyes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. No, not in my house. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do there. Dude, you're gonna wrinkle the heck out of your sleeve. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course, you're quite right. No, he's not. This is a Nurse Joy situation. There's just a bunch of judges that all look like that. Ah, of course. I should have known that Ace Attorney took part in the Pokemon universe. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. No, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. All right, there's barely anything there to work with. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. This is the judge, bro. Who's the man who called? You received a call from a man? Yup. But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Oh my goodness, what was that voice? Objection. He sounded like Godzilla. That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Ugh. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping, Lotta Hart. What happened next, detective? Headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Tell me more about Edgeworth being there. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. All right, Von Karma is gonna be talking a lot, I can tell. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Tell me more about the body in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. Well, 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 a single bullet, and yet 2 gunshots. He was shot through the heart fatally. That's what happens when you get shot through the heart, yeah. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Found in the victim's body, fired from a .22 caliber pistol. I think it did, .22 is what I should have said. So we had to arrest Edgeworth. All right, hold up. You mentioned 2 gunshots, but we only have 1. We only have 1 bullet, though. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol? Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Tell me more about this murder weapon. What about the pistol made it decisive? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ah, he has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! Order! I want a McFlurry! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. The murder weapon, .22 caliber, fired 3 times. Members of the court, we now have the pistol and the used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective? Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking to imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad. I don't know what I want to have for lunch yet. I'm not ready to order. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, no. You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge? Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now? But wait, just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. Ahem, this court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Bro, it's hilarious. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon? How sus. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. How am I gonna convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry, it's no good. What are we gonna do without the best character in the game here? I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? Yeah, you're useless. No, I need you here. No, of course not, I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick, you don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is gonna run out. Don't say that during this case, bro. Really? Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh? Oh, sorry. Whoops. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? I do not want to have to deal with this lady. Lotta Hart, you're a research student at a university? That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well, your testimony, please. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! Order! I will have order! I want a 4-piece McNugget. Well, Judge, the evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? No. We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? She said 2 gunshots, but the gun says there were 3. I think there was. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Alright, here we go. It's Christmas Eve, just after midnight. I was in my car. I heard this bang from the lake. Then I looked out the window. I saw 2 gents. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope, I looked after I heard that noise. All this dude knows how to do is object. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Ugh. Fired 3 times. This has to be a contradiction. Objection! Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Wait, really? Objection overruled? How? The evidence says that it was shot 3 times. She only heard 2 bangs. So where's the third shot coming from? I'm actually a little mad. That is clearly a contradiction. This says that it was fired 3 times. She only heard 2 shots. Also, the autopsy is 1 bullet shot to the heart. Why does this say fired 3 times if I can't use that as evidence? For the contradiction. Hold it. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. I'm gonna press further. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... This guy in his Godzilla voice. Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained. Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here, there was a contradiction. I'm mad at the game for straight up lying to me. Maya's really taking this hard. Heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. So, like, you hear 2 bangs. The bullet was shot 3 times. I heard this bang from that. Like, you heard bang twice. How do I... This is so annoying because I know what I want to say. I want to say, like, if there was only 1 bullet, then how did you hear 2 bangs? What was the second bang? If there was only 1 bullet and the autopsy says he died from 1 bullet, then how are there 2 shots? There was another bang, but we only have 1 bullet. Objection. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. What? I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. I'm a little mad at the game right now. This doesn't make any sense. You can't say there are 2 bangs and then I have evidence that says only 1 bullet was shot. Like, we only have one bullet. Where is the second bang coming from? Also, the pistol says it was fired 3 times, but we only found one bullet hole in the person. I feel like the game is intentionally, like, lying to me. Or just being like, oh yeah, this is a clear contradiction, but actually you're gonna lose health over it for some stupid reason. It can't be Christmas Eve and after midnight. That doesn't make any sense. It would be Christmas Day. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. Yeah, exactly. I know you want to find contradictions, but really? I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. Then I looked out, I saw 2 gents on a boat. How did you hear a bang and then also see 2 dudes on a boat? Could you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture, clear enough for you? No. Wait a second, I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You'd best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. On the lake, but that boat. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. But I just think she's lying. But like, what can I... What evidence can I use? 'Cause I don't think the picture is gonna help. What evidence can I use to be like, you didn't see them though? Like, yeah, we already know that you have a picture. Is the fact that the camera says automatically, does that mean that we can, like, use this to be like, the camera did it itself, you weren't there? How did she word this? I was in my car. I heard this bang from the lake. I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. Then there was another bang, there wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. So you didn't even get out of your car? Wait a minute, I want to hear what Karma said here again. Did you clearly see the 2 men? Just look at the picture, clear enough for you. Press further. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the 2 men. Yeah, well, of course. Witness has testified she saw them. There's also a photo, yada yada. I'm mad about the bullet thing because I feel like that should work, but maybe it's because, okay, the camera is automatic, so she didn't actually see them herself, so I'm gonna try this. I mean, I have like 3 more hits, I think, so. Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Okay, no, that's also wrong. I don't like this trial. I don't like this trial at all because I think this is stupid. The contradiction here is obviously that there were multiple gunshots, but we only have 1 bullet. That is the contradiction, but I don't understand how I'm supposed to, like, convey that to the court with how this game works. This article isn't gonna, like, help me at all, is it? I don't think so. Heard this bang from the lake. I was in my car. It was Christmas Eve just after midnight. In my car, heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Like, what on earth can I possibly... Like, what can I possibly say here? What happens when you click options? Oh, yeah. You can save in the middle of... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could save in the middle of this. This is actually, like, annoying. Like, this is maybe the first time in this game I'm not having fun. Taken automatically on 12:25 at 12:15 a.m. Okay, wait. The photo, she said that it was really foggy that night. The photo shows that it's foggy. So what if I say that you couldn't look at how foggy it is? You couldn't possibly have seen those two dudes on a boat. Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. No, it's wrong again. Shut up. This actually, like, sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it feels like so much of my evidence is the same thing. Like, the one bullet to the heart, the one bullet, this was fired 3 times, she heard 2 bangs. And then this one is like, oh, the camera is automatic and it was foggy that night. Like, there's no way that she saw them. There were multiple gunshots, not just one. But I feel like the game is being unfair, basically, in whichever one of these I'm supposed to use as the contradiction. Like, when so many... It feels like there are, like, 5 contradictions here, but the game only wants me to do one very specific contradiction, and then because I'm not lucking into that one specific contradiction, I'm getting punished for it, which I think is kind of stupid. I think it's, like, kind of dumb, to be honest. I don't like it. We only have one more thing to show. But, like... I don't even remember which ones I've already done. I tried using the pistol on one of the comments. I tried using the pistol bullet. I tried using the lake photo and the camera. When I looked out the window, I saw 2 gents in a boat. This is the one that they want me to call on because this is the one that Von Karma is annoying about. Dude needs to get a throat lozenge. He jumped in quick. I'm on to something. Yeah, so I'm on to something, but I already showed the camera and the lake photo here. What else could I possibly show here? Is there something about the overhead map that, like, she wouldn't actually be able to... that would, like, prove that she's a liar? You can't see all of the lake from where that car is. So could it be that, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Did I press it? Maybe I can get you to say something stupid about your car? Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds sus. All right, press further. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? Objection. What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Well, wait now, I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh. Nick, Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick, real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Then pass your judgment. Very well, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Oh, hold it. Who was that? It was me. Maya? I don't think that she's allowed to... Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Is she allowed to talk right now? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it, I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. All right, time for like a Mike Tyson punch-out section where I fight the guard. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Order. Mine. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot. What? Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. No, I'm the real Slim Shady. If you're gonna arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Arrest the 17-year-old. Mia Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya. Ha! I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Well, I found like 5 of them, but the game doesn't like the 5 that I found. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. But I can't squander Maya's efforts either. Alright, well, I'm gonna push you on it. If I make a single mistake, we lose, I'm pretty sure. Because the first half of this was garbage. Well, what about the other man? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claim there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. Oh, wait, did I just die for asking, for, like, pressing? This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. This trial sucks. Like, this one is very... Listen, we had a hard time, and I got a couple of wrong answers on the end of Turnabout Samurai, but straight up, this is the worst one so far. Like, I straight up am not having any fun for the first time in this. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court date within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. All right, and then I assume that it, like, just restarts me or something. Oh, you just have to continue. Yeah, this trial is bad. I do not like it. there's like so many things that look like they are contradictions, like clearly, like, oh, there's one bullet, but she heard 2 bangs. Or like, oh, she said she could see them, but like it's a foggy picture and the camera is automatic, so it took the picture without her. And all of those things are actually just like, no, they're not those contradictions. We don't want those contradictions. We want the very specific contradiction. So, definitely like my least favorite case so far, which is interesting because like 4 people in chat were like, oh, this case is the best one in chat when I started this, but it's definitely not endearing itself to me right now. Do I actually have to do anything during this? I don't remember. Chat being wrong as always. Yeah, you know, classic chat. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was I did with Gumshoe to, like, proceed. Hold it! Facts only, detective, yada yada. Holy cow, having to go back from the start of the save is actually so tedious in this game, oh my word. I just want to get back to the one that I was actually on. This is so tedious to go through. Right, okay, we pressed him and he like told us about the murder weapon and all that nonsense. Did I actually have to like present any evidence during this? I don't think I did, I can't remember. I always save at the start of a new testimony. That's a good idea. I should do that. I didn't know that this game would force you back to a save point on a loss, because I hadn't lost any cases until this one. Come on, come on, come on. As we all know, there's nothing I love more in a video game than tedium. I love just having to go through something that I just did. It's my favorite. So many text boxes, oh my goodness. Almost, almost, almost. Does holding down circle go faster than just spamming circle? Oh, you're right, that is faster. I'm just so used to mashing. Thank you, chat. Yeah, it is much quicker. Objection! I think there was. So I'm pretty sure every time I presented something here, it was wrong. I think I just have to press her on everything, and then it moves on. Objection. Objection. I was in my car. Or maybe it was specifically pressing her about her car. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I heard this bang. Is it normal for the prosecutor to object, like, every single, like, question you ask? Also, wait a minute, is it literally just pressing on all of them? Because I'm about to be mad about this case again. It's like, I press you on everything. Are you sure about that? Come on, come on. It is literally all you do is press. Okay, so you enter that saying, like, Maya was like, did you find a contradiction in her thing? And I was like, yeah, I think there is one. But then you're not actually supposed to find a contradiction, you're just supposed to question her over and over again? So not only is the game super misleading and like, hey, what you're trying to do here is find an objection, except not actually, just press L1 on every text box, but also, like, anything you see that does look like an objection actually isn't and just screws you over. Yeah, this is definitely, like... I've been having a really fun time with this game until this trial. This trial is actively, like, misleading and not fun. I do not like it. Do not like it at all. It would be one thing if, like, Von Karma was lying to me and I had to realize that he was lying. But literally, Phoenix and Maya are like, did you see a contradiction, Phoenix? And Phoenix is like, I think I saw a small one. And then when you, like, go into the cross-examination, it's like, well, no, Phoenix actually didn't see any contradictions. And if you try to, like, do it, like... If you try to, like, present evidence to contradict anything, when it clearly looks like there are several contradictions, then you lose, actually. You're not supposed to try and contradict anything, because if you do, then you lose. That's so stupid. That last statement. Yep, there it is. That one statement. All right, let's save the game here to be safe. Smart idea, chat. So I don't have to go through the 5 minutes of text boxes again if the game screws me over. Saw it clear as day, the man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. That's it. Uh-oh, I don't know if I can find anything in that, but I can't squander Maya's efforts either. Okay, if I hit L1 here, then Von Karma just gets mad at me, so... Saw it clear as day, the man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, this photo clearly shows that you cannot see Edgeworth. Like, there is no way to tell who these people are. Objection! Objection! Got you. Got you, Miss Hart, finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. Okay, listen, I know that I'm... I don't want to harp on this too much. I'm going to stop harping on it after this, but I have to say this because it makes me mad. You catch her by saying, look at the photograph, you cannot see the people in it. In her previous testimony, she says, I saw the dudes on the boat or whatever. And I presented the photo as evidence like, no, you can't see the dudes on the boat because it doesn't show them, it's foggy, which I think is a contradiction. But the game is like, no, it's not a contradiction yet. You have to press L1 on everything and then it's a contradiction. This trial day sucks. This is easily, for me, the worst part of the game so far. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart? What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Okay, so I found this hole at the very start of the testimony, but sure, game. Also, the whole bullet thing is also still a contradiction. You're right, it was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car, Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. How would binoculars help you see through fog? What? What? You used binoculars? Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, but that doesn't make any sense. What? I don't think that how using binoculars doesn't make fog go away. Do I not understand how... Do I not understand how binoculars work? This one better be good. Hold it. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types that never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as is. Nobody loves me. Oh, Soulfire, thank you for summoning a tier 1 for 18 months on a 12-month streak, a full year streak, and a year and a half total. Thank you so much for the support, man. I have a law degree myself here in the UK. Yo, we got 2 people with law degrees in my chat. What are all these lawyers doing watching me? So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Okay, wait, I already read this. I need to be pushing on everything. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic. The issue we are concerning with here is Mrs. Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. Ah, he's not letting her answer any of my questions. I'm an actor now, not putting the law degree to use. You got a law degree and then got into acting? I mean, follow your dreams, man. That's crazy. Hold it. Why didn't you tell us about these binoculars? Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Idiot, stupid, dumb-faced loser? Man, I hate this chick. I hate this chick so much. I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? Oh, she wasn't trying to get any meteor shower nonsense. She's trying to get pictures of the Loch Ness Monster. The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Ooh. Well, Mr. Wright? Do you wish to press further about the camera? I mean, the camera is very relevant to the case because it took a picture of him shooting of the gunshot. I'm at full health again. I'm pressing on it. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Okay, well, wait a minute. I don't know about that. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. Oh, wait, this is gonna lead to a new testimony? Oh, no, it just adds another line. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower? No, I think that it's set up to take a picture of the Loch Ness Monster thing. Isn't that exactly what I said when we first saw it on, like, the first day? I think it's called investigation. It's like the investigation days and then the trial days. Like, on the first investigation day, when we found the camera, I was like, oh, she's a reporter trying to get pictures of Nessie or whatever. Or it's not called Ness, it's named after the Loch Ness Monster. It's like Gordy, I think. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know, the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight, huh? Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. You just call her stupid? Mr. Wright, it's not fair to point out that my defendant is an idiot, or my witness is an idiot. Now, wait a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth? Grr. No unnecessary comments, please. We got her to say this line. This has to be the contradiction. camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Showing the camera... Well, would showing the camera actually prove her wrong if, like, the camera is clearly meant not to take pictures of stuff in space? I don't... There's nothing about it on the camera that says that, though. He already mentioned the fog and that the camera would be bad in the fog. The autopsy doesn't help. Misty Face photo is pointless. Article about a monster sighted. I think this is what she's doing. She's trying to get pictures of the monster. And I think that's the only thing I have to go with. Either the article about the monster or the lake photo. But he already mentioned the fog, so I think it's gotta be like you're actually there to take pictures of the monster. But how is this gonna help me prove that she doesn't know anything about Edgeworth, though? I really feel like I should just be able to say, Your Honor, using binoculars doesn't negate fog. But, okay, but wait, if I prove that she's not doing the meteor shower thing, if she's just looking for the monster, then A, I can prove she's a liar, which means if she's a liar, then she could be lying about anything. And B, that she's insane because she believes in the Loch Ness Monster. Objection! I'm trying it. Objection! Your Honor, that statement oh no, I was wrong again. It does? I don't see anything contradictory, really? Okay, so it's not that then. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Push her on the binoculars again. If there was a heavy fog, how would binoculars change that at all? That's what I'm saying. What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah. Enough? There is no room for doubt in your testimony. What are you talking about? You're literally lying! That's not how binoculars work! She sounded pretty doubtful to me, but I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karmic objections I get. I'm gonna find a hole in this testimony if it's the last thing I do. That's it, she lied! She's a liar! That is the contradiction! Binoculars do not let you see through fog! I shouldn't have to do anything else! Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic. Okay, we already did this. Yeah. Okay. It's not letting her answer any of my questions. What? Wait, what? How many sentences do I have here to work with? You're right, it was a cold night. The mist was thick as grits. We already know it's... push her on the mist again. So how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types that never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have a problem with that as is. Nobody... Okay, so that just seems like a joke one. So I was finished setting up my camera. I got back in the car. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. When I heard that noise out of the lake, I looked at my binoculars. The binoculars don't let you... The binoculars do not let you see through fog. That is a contradiction. There's a contradiction on its own. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. It's gotta be something here. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. Set on me to take a picture when a loud noise is detected. Faces the lake. Time of death, sometime on yada yada. One bullet shot to the heart. Taken automatically. Maybe I am just supposed to point out the fog again? We brought up the fog so much, though. It's not the Gordy article. I don't see how that's gonna prove anything. Someone get timed out in chat for backseating? Incredible. People just can't help but want to play the game for the streamer sometimes. Found in the victim's body, yada yada, doesn't help. The murder weapon isn't gonna help here at all. It's gotta be the overhead map. It's not Gordy article, I tried that. Misty Face photo is not gonna do anything. By the way, listen, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but like, Mia did not get her looks from her mom. So it's gotta be this sentence, probably. It's this sentence or the last one, probably. But like, lake photo taken on it, so it's gotta be the lake photo or it's gotta be the camera. Well, wait a second. Wait a second. If you set up the camera to take pictures of the sky, Why is it pointed at the surface of a lake?
Objection!
Objection! You're photographing shooting stars? That's a lie! Get destroyed, idiot. Nerd, stupid loser face. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake, which is also how it took that friggin' picture. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart, idiot. Ugh. What shoes is she wearing? Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? I usually get about 250 yards per drive. I'm pretty good at golf. I don't know if 250 yards is good. The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? The dinosaur! Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? Okay, now it's gotta be the article now. Take that! Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this, a newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? I didn't tell you that it was a lake monster. I just said it was called Gordy. Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Can I prove that? Can I? Can I prove that? I don't know if I can prove that. Set to automatically take a picture when a loud... Okay, so wait, if it's set to take a picture when a loud noise is detected and it's pointed at the lake, it would take a picture of, like, a monster going, like... Right? Like... Maybe? I don't know, that doesn't sound very... I mean, like, but the meteor showers don't make noise. Unless the meteor lands in front of your camera. I'm going with this. I think I have proof. I mean, I have to prove it, right? I have it, proof. Intriguing. Very well, let's see it, and no joking around this time. Behold, my attorney's badge! What is the proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster? I hope I'm right. Take that! The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you would set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! What do you mean they don't have the McRib anymore? I see. I, too, thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Answer after I take this drink of water. Yeah, not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy, I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it? It proves that you're a known liar! And the binoculars don't let you see through fog! Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. Oh no, what on earth would they have been hiding it for? But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. Kingdom Hearts. And I'm gonna spot it. It was Gordy that shot the victim? That's what I'm saying. I think Gordy did it. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Can you not get a witness thrown out for lying repeatedly in a testimony? Isn't it like a felony or something to lie before the court? She has lied on so many counts. She should get 5 years minimum. I think we should execute her on the spot. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. It's called perjury. Oh, that's what perjury is? I've heard the term perjury, but I didn't actually know what perjury was. I've never, like, had to go to a court case or anything. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. Okay, so bang is in red again. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. What was the first bang? I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart, and hoped to fry. Hope to fry? I want to punch the Capcom developers in the jaw for thinking that they knew how to write a Southern character. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case, other than showing that she's a liar! And that she's prone to lie! That throws her entire testimony into question! There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
Objection!
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? I don't know, was there a contradiction? Or is this the game saying there's a contradiction, but actually if you try to contradict anything, then we're gonna penalize you? Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself, you must have something in mind. Ha, that would be a first. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? What if she changes her testimony again? Then don't I get another? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Lotta's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at university. Why'd you lie? Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. I hate you. An investigative photographer, huh? An investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo, sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year, and guess what? What? There was a UFO? A UFO just hanging in the sky? I hate Capcom. You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I had sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Yeah, well, being a journalist of any kind is a shaky basis for a career in this day and age. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah, they even had him up on the TV. I'm not sure that appearing on the local news' Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper, for real. Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we? Yes, Your Honor. That's why you were camping out at the lake, huh? That's why you put the automatic sensor on your camera? Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep, so how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera triggered was that night. But that's all I was hiding. Okay, but why were you committing perjury? I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out that what I was up to, the lake could be swarming with competitors. Idiots. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah, is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually... Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to the case. Showing that the witness is a known liar is relevant! Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. Okay, so is this where I'm supposed to contradict that there was only one bullet wound? Now do they want me to do the contradiction that I picked up literally at the very start but wasn't allowed to use for some stupid reason? There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. And that is actually like a really, really good point. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely sus. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Your hush puppies. Oh, that was... I thought that we had more than that. Just watch the boat. Then I saw a flash near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. Oh, whoops. I accidentally hit right again. Hold it. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore neither. I'd better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. There has to be something. So I think the one... It either wants me to call her on the bang or it wants me to call her on the looking at the boat the whole time. Let me look at these two again. What sort of sound was it? Never heard one before. Can't say for sure. It sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there, I kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely sus. Maybe it's time for some evidence. What evidence can I show here? There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Can I just, like, point out that, like, you were looking for Gordy? Why, like, why would you be only looking, why would you be staring at a boat if you're trying to spot Gordy? Also, I'd like to point out that you still can't see them in the fog, so I don't even know why we're having to have this conversation. This entire trial day feels like a waste of everyone's time, especially mine. I really want to present evidence here of, like, you heard the shot, but there was only one bullet. But when I press her on this, Phoenix doesn't, like, say anything. He just goes, But when I push her on this, Phoenix is like, there's got to be something here. So I think it wants me to push her on that one. I think it just wants me to bring up Gordy again. Like, why were you staring at a boat if you want to take a picture of Gordy? Objection! Objection! Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. But as Von Karma has already pointed out, you're an idiot. But you're far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order! Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Huh. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Are you saying that you have lied multiple times and should be thrown out of the court? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. I kind of got excited. Okay, yeah, so you're literally, like, you should be killed. Like, people like you should be executed. Like, oh, yeah, I thought it'd be really fun to be a witness to a murder, so I lied about it, potentially ruining a man's entire life. Because I thought it would be fun. Like people like you were the scum of society. Like, you should be killed. I was sure I was watching that boat till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you got proof. Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness. That's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut your pie hole? Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. Oh yeah, she was like enhancing it or whatever, right? Like enhance, zoom. She even had a photograph to prove it, but you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she said she's gonna enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? Because it doesn't show that it's Edgeworth! I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? You should pull out a gun and shoot Lotta. Make her show the enlargement, obviously. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. As you can tell, every single time it makes me laugh. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. I'm so glad that this person is a complete moron. You old fool. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart? Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. Yo, it's fine, dude. We've been live for over 2 hours. It's time. 5 music. The music that plays when you hunt down the Capcom localizers who don't understand what Southern people sound like. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. Yeah, you tell him, old-timer. The witness will show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Literally cannot tell who this is. We still cannot see who's firing. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Taken automatically on 12:25 at 12:15 a.m. Happy now, Mr. Wright? I am, actually. There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. Is the gun in the enlargement the same gun that was handed to us? I need to see that. Little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. A decisive witness who was caught lying multiple times under oath! What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Looking at that pistol, and then I want to look at this pistol. No, I think that's the same pistol. Wait. Didn't they specifically say that Edgeworth's fingerprints only matched his right hand, not his left hand? The murderer is holding it in his left hand here. Which means it doesn't match Edgeworth's fingerprints. Can I just show it as evidence? Because I don't have evidence that says Edgeworth's, like, right hand. Wait! Your Honor, this evidence I believe we've spent enough time talking about evidence. Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence, but this enlargement? I see no point in retracing our steps. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Oh, this actually says bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. No, I want to show this. These two pieces of evidence contradict one another. How do I... Do I object to the enlargement? I want to show the evidence of the pistol that says his right hand. Object to the enlargement? Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement. Ah, the music that plays when you recognize that Edgeworth isn't left-handed. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean? What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. He's shooting with his left hand! Take that! Take that! Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Wha-bam! The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Die in a fire. Judge, I move immediately that I be allowed to, with a katana, stab both Von Karma and Lotta Hart through the chest. Now that everyone in the courtroom is quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry! But the only option I can go here is the victim himself. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There is no way it could have been suicide. Unless he mind-controlled Edgeworth. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Shot from approximately 1 meter away. Dude, these guys and their updated autopsy reports, I'm gonna scream. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright, I'd better not see Lotta Hart in this game ever again for as long as I live. Whew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Huh. Look, I'm gonna go check on Maya. This is all gonna link back into that Gordy monster somehow. I can already see it happening. It's gonna be like, oh, there was a dude in the lake. He popped up on Gordy, shot the dude, and then Gordy went back underwater with them. Red Frozen Angel, thank you for summoning tier 1 for 65 months. Thank you so much for the support. Right. What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Yes, she heard 2 bangs. I heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. All right.